Firstly, I'd like to thank Paul for putting me after the fantastic speaker that was before me, so thanks very much for that. As Paul says, my name is Barry Juggins. I'm the Managing Director of HESIS, but I'm also the Sales Director responsible for growing our national footprint within andwis Fire and Security. So what you'll have heard today is lots of different companies coming together under divisions. We've got the same within Fire and Security, and I think we've got quite a powerful offering. Okay, so I'm going to talk about who we are, what we offer, why we choose us, sector portfolio, some of our partners, so we can pretty much offer everything that you need, and our project showcase. So as I said, you'll have heard throughout the day a lot about the strength of the model that andwis have, the model of pulling together the magic of local SME businesses and really building out that portfolio into a division that can offer a real complete service. I'm about to give you an unashamed hard sell on the Fire and Security division because we've got a really powerful offering here. So we are, as we stand today, we are the largest and most highly accredited independent fire and security business in the UK. Quite a statement, but we believe it's true. So in terms of our offerings, fire detection, everything from design right the way through to installation of some huge systems that we've done, which you'll see on the showcase a little bit later. Sprinklers and risers, which Steve is going to follow me. He's going to talk more about that, along with gas suppression and passive fire. Voice alarm, emergency evacuation systems, automation, so gates, barriers, you've heard some of that today. Obviously, we can control them, we can bring them into your buildings. CCTV and access control, anything from if you've got a shop, or you've got the highest level of security within the UK, we can do a basic system right the way through up to enterprise level security. And then in terms of monitoring, we can monitor CCTV systems, any system. We've got a 24-hour technical service desk, and we also we have within one of our businesses, we actually have a high net worth concierge service as well. So if you're a footballer, not that I think any of you are footballers in the room, but if any of you are footballers or high net worth, and again, you might not be sat here if you are, but if you're away in Europe and you want somebody to watch the kids get out the car and go into the house, we can do that for you. So some really powerful offerings there. I think somebody made a comment before about the most amount of badges they'd seen. I think we might have topped that. As I said before, we are the highest level within fire and security. We've got all the ones that you would expect in terms of NSI Gold, in terms of BAFE, but we also have some of the more elite levels. So the likes of the LPS 1014, all the LPCB accreditations that we look after. So we've got LPS 1014, 1204 and 1048 level 3. NSI Gold in terms of the highest level in terms of security systems, but on top of that we've also got ISO 27001, which means we're going to look after your data correctly as well and make sure that the systems that we're connecting all of these networks that we're connecting these systems to are properly managed. So in terms of the businesses that we've got within, hopefully you are all trading with some of these businesses within the UK at the moment. So ACE Business Watch, so ACE down in Bedford, Business Watch up in Leeds, Custom London, Fire Check, which is the business that looks after some of our extinguishing systems and our sprinklers. Guide is the high net worth one that we talked about, HESIS, which was my business. Centreco, the latest addition into the business and probably the largest fire and security business within the business. Tryman, and then Wessex down in the southwest. Fantastic businesses, all of them, and great that you can all trade with them individually. But what we've now got over the top is we've got andwis Fire and Security as a platform for you to be able to buy from us once, and we deliver that as many times as you want throughout the UK. Same delivery, same platform, standard footprint, cookie cutter approach. So we take all the pain out of it. You're on board with us once, and we can bring all of that skill set to market for you. So in terms of simplicity, one contract, one invoice, one point of contact. Expertise, local specialists within all these places, national coverage, all under one roof. Quality, all these businesses have been through the andwis vetting before they've even got to the table. So we know the standards are good. And in terms of stability, we're now a £130 million fire and security division. So we're here to last. We're here to provide you with services for as long as you need us. In terms of why choose us, you can see a map there. We like a map. We've threw a few maps up on the screen today. But you can see there, we've got 13 office locations around the UK, 350 plus highly trained engineers, so we can get to you and respond quickly when we need to. We've got 3 in-house alarm receiving centres, and we've also got a technical service desk, so we can not only respond to you quickly through the 350 engineers, but in a lot of cases we can triage that and prevent that engineer truck roll in the first place. In terms of sectors that we deliver in, pretty much all of them, I would have thought. I think in terms of, and if you operate in a sector that isn't listed there, we probably already service it, but we just didn't think of the badge. So, and some of the quite nice things is, of all the businesses that are listed out there, some of them specialise specifically in niche sectors here. So there might be some duplication in terms of geography, but there's definitely no, if somebody specialises in, so for example, my business, we specialise quite a lot in health, we specialise quite a lot in custodial and in defence. There's not a lot of crossover in the other businesses, but a lot of the other businesses will operate in space that we don't. So it's a real complementary group of businesses coming together. And in terms of some of the partners that we've got, and in terms of some of the products that we can bring to market and bring to you guys, Honeywell Gent, probably the most, well, you'll hear from Honeywell Gent shortly, but probably the most advanced fire system in the market, certainly one of the largest in the likes of healthcare, and got some really innovative products. And we're very, very tight with them, very proud to be a platinum partner with them. And some of the other products, we've talked about data centres, we've talked about various different environments today. There'll be products that are named in them specifications that not everybody's got access to. We've got strategic partnerships with Genetec, Secure, Lenel S2. I don't think there's a badge on there that doesn't satisfy the needs of every option in the UK, So, and with some of these, I could probably just take this stage down and you could look out the window, but the Shard, these are some of the jobs that we look after, some of the buildings that we look after within the UK, and some really nice big projects that we've delivered. So the Shard, obviously, quite a noticeable land piece. GFSL, in terms of prisons, we look after more than 40 prisons within the southern boundary of the country. Canary Wharf, big customer of ours. Leicester Hospital, the walkie-talkie. There's some great projects there. The Royal Liverpool Fire Alarm, Royal Liverpool University Hospital fire alarm was over £3 million on its own just for a fire alarm. So big projects. And nicely, the projects that we did, the likes of Royal Liverpool University Hospital, then went on to be the Clatterbridge Cancer Hospital next door to it with the same builder, which then went on to be Everton's new stadium, which during the next one, with Lang O'Rourke and with Crown House Technology. which has then gone on again to be one that was also shown a little bit earlier, which was the Ellison Institute of Technology. So consistent delivery, consistent performance, and a client that knows that we're not difficult to work with. We're an easy business to work with. We don't make it hard for them. They don't make it hard for us. We don't make it hard for them. We're quite selective with the project builders that we work with. We like to work with good builders who know how to build on time, and it works well for us. So Liverpool Airport, for example, we changed every single system within there. University of Manchester, we put the first self-testing fire alarm within their estate, and that is now the footprint that they want to roll out for the rest of their estate. I'm not going to name them all. There's lots of good case studies there of what we do. We're really good. That was my hard sell. We're really good.
So one question we've had is, what is the difference between BAFE and LPCB accreditations?
Okay, good question. Okay, so I'll try and explain it quickly because I could talk about it all day, which I won't. So BAFE is a modular scheme. That's probably one of the main differences. A guy in a van installing a fire alarm in a small building can just have the installation module of BAFE. The four modules are design, installation, commissioning, and maintenance. We've got all four. Essentially, there's 1,200 companies on the BAFE register within the UK. You need to be on it, but there's 1,200 companies on that. LPCB is, without using brand names, is probably the Rolls-Royce of fire alarm detection. So if you want to operate in government or any of the government spaces, you need to be LPCB accredited. That is, and there's less than 60 people on that register in the UK. So we're really proud to be on there. It's a higher level of scrutiny. It's a higher level of assessment of all of your competencies throughout them. It's still the same design, install, commissioning and maintenance, but it's a whole different level of assessment in terms of your paperwork and your processes and all the rest of it. So,
thank you. Any questions for Barry?
I've just found out that you've bought one of my main fire providers.
Excellent. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That's what I see on the screen there. What difference is that going to make to me?
Absolutely nothing.
Well, first of all, you're happy with Tryman. I think we'll answer.
In that case, yeah, nothing.
Yeah, no. I mean, we'll talk about it a little bit later when we do the Q&A with Phil. But you know, one of the key assets of andwis is that we can't deny we're a corporate through size, but we still operate very much with an SME mentality, customer focus. So if you're getting that great attentive service from Tryman, that you're going to just continue to get that because nothing's going to change.
We won't break that.
Yeah, and there's probably a dozen people in this room whose business has been acquired into andwis, and I'm sure they will all say the same. So yeah, I'm pleased that you're delighted with Tryman, of course.
I think Phil used the word earlier when he started, which was we're not going to break the magic within the businesses, and we're not. I'm just coming up to 12 months into the business.
You're a good example.
Yeah. So I was a 20-odd million pound business before I came into andwis on my own. Nobody's interfered with my business. They've just enhanced it. They've just made it better. I've now got more offerings to my clients. So it's, from my point of view, I would say you'll just receive better opportunities through Tryman.